Here comes the sun, do 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 do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. What's poppin', people? It's Dante getting my morning started here in Penn's Landing, Philadelphia, basking in the glory of the sun. Got the Ricoh GR3, and yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's Memorial Day. And so yeah, today I'm thinking about what it means to be authentic. What does it mean to be an authentic street photographer? Authenticity in street photography. So if you look at the word authentic, the etymology of the word, autos meaning self, pentes meaning doing, accomplishing, being the master of, right? So to be authentic is essentially to be the master of your own self, to almost just do things for the sake of doing it because you're seeking to accomplish something for yourself. And so I believe that in the realm of street photography, essentially making an authentic street photograph is not following trends, not following camera settings and gear that other people use or tell you to do, not making pictures for somebody or something, whether it's a book, a zine, a gallery, not looking for external validation, likes on Instagram. It's essentially making photos of the things that genuinely and deeply resonate with your soul. And so when I'm photographing, I hope to reflect my soul in the images that I make, right? I'm not necessarily like attached to making a photograph of a particular subject, theme, or moment, right? And so I think most people are photographing and looking and hunting and desiring and waiting for something to align. But actually, if you let go and you let life flow towards you, and then you're just there and prepared with your camera, photographing your way through life, almost just treating it like a simple visual diary of your own personal day, this to me is the path to true authenticity. And so my vision and my way of seeing the world is different than yours, and your way and your vision of seeing the world is different than mine, and that's what makes us authentic. And so being authentic isn't necessarily about, you know, making a photograph of a particular subject or theme that is uniquely yours, but it's simply making photos and trying to do something with your photography because you're seeking to accomplish something for its own sake. And so what that means is you're not necessarily hoping or desiring anything from your photography. You're not out there looking for anything specific, and you're actually completely detached from the photographs you're making. So in order to make the most authentic photographs, you actually have to let go completely of the outcome. You have to let go completely of the thing itself, which is the photograph. And so, yeah, to me, I think that street photography can become the most authentic way to express oneself, generally. You know, I think we are all, you know, able to read images, understand images. We look at the word in images and symbols. You know, it's very simple. You know, we all watch the TV, the computer screens. You know, everyone's kind of learning and growing and understanding the world around us through images. And so the problem with that, though, becomes the trends and the things that people mimic and copy. And so essentially, if one photograph is successful, then other people are going to try to imitate that style or approach to making photographs. And so the bad thing about this is that it then flattens out the surface of what is good and what is bad in photography, and it makes it so that there is such a thing. And actually, to be authentic in your approach to photography is to let go of that notion. And so yeah, I think it's important to just be fluid with your process, to not burden yourself or succumb to these ideas of what makes or breaks a good or bad photograph. You know, there's these thoughts about like, oh, what triggers you to press the shutter and blah blah blah, but it's actually all really basic. You know, to make an authentic image and to be authentic with your approach to photography is all about cultivating that inner sort of childlike curiosity and following your intuition. And so my intuition always guides me to this river, always guides me to the sunlight. I'm always basking in the sun. I love watching the way the sun glimmers off of this like river and looking out towards the horizon. And I'll take snapshots of these things because they genuinely pique my interest, and I seriously don't think about the result of the photograph. Like when I'm making pictures, I'm just looking at life in front of me, right? I'm not looking at life and always putting four corners around it, but I'm just responding to my gut, and I'm responding to that inner child, that inner curiosity, that inner feeling I get when I press the shutter. And then hopefully the photos I make reflect that feeling about life that I have cultivated through my authentic self. And yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche famously says, and thus spoke Zarathustra, to become who you are. And I think it's important to know yourself in this world, you know, where there's so many distractions, media, things that keep you busy and productive. But to embrace a life of leisure and to have a life of contemplation, walking, wandering, and moving your body throughout the day, simply enjoying the sun, looking around you, making art, reading, writing, thinking, etc., is the ultimate path to true authenticity, where you can discover who you are. But it's only through that silence and that contemplation and solitude that you discover that. And then through discovering that, you photograph your way through it along your journey, along your everyday life. And the photographs you make ultimately, I think, reflect that authentic voice of the author, that authentic voice of the photographer. But it does require this complete detachment from not only the outcome of the photographs you're making, but I think the modern world generally, and especially within the realm of art and photography, and whatever's being done right now, right here. And that requires detachment. That requires turning the phone off, not watching YouTube videos, stop listening to podcasts, you know, just trying to stay in your own world. And then ultimately my goal with photography is to create my own world. So I create my own world with each click of the shutter. I try to, you know, abstract reality and create my own sort of like unique version of reality through photographing the mundane and, you know, uplifting that through following the light, you know, where to me, like, ultimately I follow the light. I photograph light itself, you know. That to me is the essence of photography. Phos meaning light, graphe meaning writing or drawing, right? I'm drawing with light. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not attached to anything. I have no preconceived ideas of what I'm going to find or what I'm going to photograph, but I simply let go and I photograph. I'm simply being. You know, I think in order to be free, one must stop doing, but simply be. And then through that act of being, you are no longer, you know, hunting and waiting and hoping, but you're simply allowing life to come to you and you're responding. And I think that's the beauty of approaching street photography. It's that sort of authentic, sort of raw, visceral, imperfect nature of it all. And yeah, I think embracing authenticity in street photography is much needed right now in a time of mediocrity. I mean, just look at all these like street photography festivals, contests and shit. It's all junk. Delete your Instagram account and yeah, just photograph your way through the day. Stop taking it so seriously, and maybe, just maybe, your soul will reflect itself back in the photographs you make.